Welcome back, guys. My name is Jeff. I'm the owner of RDR Gear in Salt Lake City, Utah. And if you don't know what we do, let me help you figure that out. You can check out our website, rdrgear.com. You can hit us up on Facebook or Instagram under RDR Gear. If you see something on there and you like it, you want to know about it, email us at info@rdrholsters.com, and we'll answer your question and get back to you as soon as possible. You can also DM me on Instagram at your own risk, of course, because I do get quite a few, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. But without further ado, HK Nut Riders, be forewarned. So with the SP5 chaos, I don't understand why these guys are scrambling to buy pistol versions of HK94s, because they're not really MP5s. They're MP5-like, but they're HK94s because HK94 is a semi-auto version of an MP5, MP5 being a select fire. And if you have a product that is made on a HK tooling, HK machinery, looks like an HK, has all the features of an HK, but simply is made by MKE and made in Turkey, does that make the gun inferior? Because it doesn't have the infamous little red letters. You know, it's HK, it has to be, you know. And I don't know where, like, the Nut Rider stamp of approval is on these things, but I'm sure it's here somewhere. Maybe it's on the inside of the gun. But when you do a little research on the MKE product, and this is another Turkish gun, we're on our Turkish turkey roll, and it is a very well conceived clone. There are a lot of clone companies in the market. Dakota Tactical, a bunch of the Roller, dude, there's all kinds of guys making true HK delayed roller blowback MP5 variants. And those guys, I think, since they either have HK ties or HK blessings, they kind of get, okay, hey, they're cool, come on board, those guys can be vetted and approved, whatever. But for some reason, guys want to go out and spend I think last time I had a customer here who bought an SP5, I think he paid $4,200 for it. And if math doesn't elude me, that's pretty close to MSRP double, which is crazy. For a 9mm pistol, it's not, and again, you guys have to answer the question too. You Nut Riders can chime in and tell me, when the SP5, do they have the Filato bolt lock block in there that does to allow you not to be able to convert it? I'm not for sure if that has it in there. If it does, let me know, because I know that the Century import MKE does have the Filato block, but simply that could be adjusted and removed to convert this setup here. I will convert this here shortly once I source a Filato bolt. Everything else I've got squared away. But by taking the standard skinny forend off, removing the flash hider, adding the A2 stock, getting this thing SBR'd under the company, this thing shoots flawlessly. There's nothing that I need to really address other than some cosmetic things. For example, I would like to get an ambi safety. I do have the tri-lug adapter for my Omega 9K. I have a original comp M2 or M68 red dot. This is more of a clone, kind of fun gun for me. It wasn't anything other than to be able to have something that I hope to get with Jake and Chris. If you don't know those guys, 921 Syndicate, good friends of mine. I wanted to do kind of an MP5 clone, MP5 factory roundup. Jake had several, him being the king of the Nut Riders. He has several MP5 variants, and I wanted to kind of do a battle of guns, maybe during the spring next year or later fall or later summer. But I think it would be fun kind of to do some accuracy testing, some just overall function performance between a stamped factory SP5 and some of these clone variants that are on the market today. These guns are phenomenal. What you can see here, it looks great. It's super cool. It's nostalgic. It's got all that Call of Duty kind of flair to it. This is super fun on the Comp M2. My good buddy Jake had this, you know, laying around. He's like, dude, that would be awesome for the gun. He sent this over to me, and it's been a cool little addition. The guns come with 2 magazines, a standard HK 2-point sling, a hard Pelican-ish type case, and again, you get the old school kind of heavy-duty 10 mil style flash hider. Under there is a direct thread mount as well as a tri-lug, and you can run any tri-lug can on this as well. I happen to have one of Mega 9K set up on this gun here. Standard MP5 magazines, factory HK 4N, factory HK A2 stock, and honestly, I don't think that you have to go SP5 route. This is going to be the first edition of my new Just As Good series, and I think this qualifies. This is just as good as MP5, SP5 I should say, or equally better, based on the availability, number one, price, number two, because the components between the two guns are interchangeable for the most part. I'm not a HK Armor or HK Savant, so please, I know the comments are coming, so bring them. But I don't know all the internal components, but I do know the basic components that majority of us would attach or install onto the weapon would be 4Ns, rail mounts, trigger packs, magazine adjustment, stock assemblies, etc. So again, all those things, 6s across the board, hands down. So, but if you guys do have an A3 stock out there you want to hook up for cheap, holler at me and I'll be nice, because I would like to have one for some diehard content. But at the end of the day, I super love this thing. It is more nostalgic, kind of fun gun. I would like, again, to do some comparison between the HKs. If I had somebody on the channel with me, I definitely would have borrowed one of Jake's guns and kind of done that myself. Maybe I'll get Jake out here to do it with me. But this compared to the B&T, 2 different guns. 2 different gas systems, 2 different recoiling systems. They aren't really the same, but they are both 2 SBR PCCs. This is a much cheaper path than the B&T, that's for sure. So at the end of the day, I'm super stoked on this. You guys can get these pretty much any local gun shop now. They're going, I found them in the $17.90 to $18.50 mark, depending on where you shop. But again, this is super fun. They do come in a pistol variant, and you will get, like I mentioned before, skinny 4N, different flash hider, 2 magazines, hard case, etc. And then you'll get the claw mount or claw-ish style mount in the box as well. Install that, and you're good to go. My only gripe on this gun, this mount was a pain in the ass to install. But as we shot it today, was super fun. I'm super excited to run this thing a little more, and I think you guys will be enjoyable if you get past the FOMO of the SP5, missing out on this HK revival. At the end of the day, there are plenty of options in the HK clone format. There's nothing wrong with the clone gun. It'll be easier in your wallet. Parts are accessible, parts are interchangeable, and if you desire to flex on your buddies, pay the money for an SP5. Other than that, this is my overall view of the Century Arms MKE AP5 MP5 clone variant. Thanks for watching, guys. As always, we post 3 videos every week on gear that we buy, gear that we review, gear that we manufacture. Until next time, be well, take care.